Hi, welcome to episode 6 of Behind the Scenes of my Transform Your Trauma Therapy Practice program. This is the last in the series, and I just wanted to close up the series by talking a little bit about my launch process and the process itself and where I feel like I'm going to go from here. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. My process now is I am about to send out my launch to the wait list. And that's going to happen next week. So a week from today, I'm going to be launching to my wait list. And then I'll open the cart for general for a couple of weeks. And then I will launch it as of the 1st of February, 2026 is when that 8-week program will start. So I'm very excited. So what I've been doing or working on is updating the sales page to make sure I have all the information, adding in some testimonials from the beta program, and starting to look at the email sequences that I'll send out to introduce the program. What I've been doing the last couple weeks is really finalizing the digital content of the program. So the program has 2 main components. One is going to be the digital content, and that is now it's 7 modules of content that you can watch on demand that's going to be accessible to program participants whenever they want to. And they all have a specific focus on what that module is going to be focused on, so that people can go to the module that they need to. You can certainly watch it from beginning to end, but really I wanted it to be more accessible. So if you're thinking about, I need to increase my rates, you can go to module 2, which is all about rate increases. Or if you're thinking about, you want to change your policies, you can go to that module that talks about the policies. And even more specifically, if you want to set up a sliding scale policy, you can go right to that video and watch it, so that it's a little bit more on demand and respecting of trauma therapists' time. Because I know one of the things that I want to address with the program is this idea of trauma therapist burnout and my concern about people or professionals leaving the field. And the theme of my program is that one of the reasons why this is happening is because they're not attending to their business, or they never really developed a business model. So the business is running them versus them running the business the other way around. After the beta program, I created a graduate membership program. So it's a membership program, a monthly membership, where people who had been through the beta program are able to join and have a co-working call once a week. So in order to help people move their businesses forward. And I have found that has been really energizing for me. I really love the small cohort group. I love the work with people and helping them establish what they're going to do next and make commitments and move their business forward. That is something that I'm excited to offer the next cohort, the next group of people to come through, is if at the 8 weeks, it just feels like, oh, I'm just getting started, or I still have so many questions, that there's a monthly membership option that you can continue, and that I'll continue to expand the resources and things in that group. So that is an exciting addition that really brings me a lot of energy. So I'm really enjoying it. What I have struggled with over the last couple of weeks is finalizing the scripts for the videos and then actually filming the videos. And because it has taken a lot of time. And what I found happen is when I start talking about it and saying it out loud, I start to see the holes of things that doesn't make sense, or something I didn't refer to that I'm referring to now that maybe I didn't really clearly identify before. So it has led me to have to go back to all the scripts and put them all together and play around with them a little bit more to make sure that there's a cohesive flow. Because the one of the points that I wanted to drive home in this program is about helping trauma therapists have agency over their businesses. And as trauma therapists, more of our orientation to therapy and our work with clients, at least certainly mine, is I want my clients to have agency over themselves, or their decisions, over how they set their boundaries and how they live their lives. And so that's a really important component of the work I do with my clients, is having this sense of agency. And as I've worked with trauma therapists and as I've done more research into this business, I've really seen how, oh, wow, we really abdicate our agency when it comes to the business side. We just don't have any agency over it. And this is a really big piece of the program that I've been excited about bringing to the table. And I think that leads to my goals for the program, or for this work that I'm doing with trauma therapists, is I want to give them the information in the background. And this course is kind of step 1, is really starting to own the fact that you have a business, own that, you have some agency over the things that are in your business, whether you are on an insurance panel or not, or whether you raise your rates or whether you don't, or how you craft your cancellation policy, how you enforce your cancellation policy, how you market yourself, how you put yourself out there on a website. So that is like step one, is trying to really encourage our trauma therapists to have some more agency and understand their business in a little better way, in a way that makes sense for them and not just like a business course that doesn't connect with the actual business of trauma therapy or private practice in trauma therapy. Step two is once these videos are done, step two is about, for me, developing the tools and resources to make it easier. I think that's also a big part of this. I want to help therapists understand or take ownership of their business and have agency over it and know that they've got levers they can tweak to make more money or to be more profitable, but also have the resources to make it easier. I think that one of the things that have come up as I've done this, and I've talked to many other trauma therapists, is we have so much energy and we're so interested in the work that we do with our clients. When we want to bring our cognitive energy or that cognitive load to something, we want to bring it to understanding a certain, whether it's EMDR or adding a protocol or understanding just the complexities of developmental trauma. That's where we want to put our cognitive energies. We don't want to put it into like, okay, so is this an income or expense, or like trying to understand your business from that type of a business, or SEO, AEO, like what, huh? So I know some therapists are probably very interested in the business side, like I am, but most therapists want to spend their cognitive energy learning more about how to be a better therapist. So my step two goals has some tools and resources that are going to be easy for therapists to utilize. And that's what I'll continue to build as I'm running through the 8-week coaching programs, is be able to have a little bit more flexibility to be able to say, oh, you need a niche writing tool, so let me figure out how I can put that into part of the program. But my step three, my third level, is going to be try to put together some structured AI approach that you can utilize, that I have tools that are together that really make it easier, right? So something that you just plug something in and you get your 3 social media posts for the week, right? You have your original idea, but what comes out is things that are formatted in a way or operate in a way that you can either market or write your homepage copy or write your cancellation policy copy, like really easily by just plugging in, these are the things that I want for it, and have AI tools that will act as agents to get whatever it is out. So that is my step 3 goal. And I'm involved in a lot of AI communities, and I'm really passionate about it. I really enjoy doing this work or understanding it a little bit more, because I do think it can be pretty powerful. So it's this idea of I'm asking trauma therapists to invest in their business, investing in this program, invest in their business with that ultimate goal that I'm going to make it a lot easier for them to be able to continue to do it in the long run, so they can take that cognitive energy and put it back where they want to put it, which is helping to become a better therapist for their clients. And the other piece that I'm working on is trying to get continuing education credits for the program. That will be big, because I think that will help therapists be able to justify the expense for their businesses. So getting continuing education credits is something that I'm starting to explore now too. Probably won't be available for my next launch, but it will be hopefully something that I do in the future. So now let's talk about the mindset issues that have come up for me over the last couple of weeks, or the issues in general. They're probably not all mindset. One is I had 2 weeks off pretty much for the holidays. I'm filming this in the beginning of January 2026. So I took 2 weeks off for the holidays, and I pretty much worked or was sick through the whole thing. My focus was really, I wanted, by the time I was done and ready to come back to work, which is today, I really wanted to have all of the videos recorded and ready to upload into my Kajabi program. And that didn't happen. And I worked a lot. And it's very ironic to be working on a module, I think it's module 4, that I work on, creating vacation time, taking time off, not, spending all this time in your business or in working with clients, that I was writing that module as I was working through my entire time off. So that was not lost on me. And it's something that I don't want to do long term. And I do have this balance in my head of saying, like, this is a big project that you have to get to the finish line and you can do it. And let's just get it done. And that's not the goal of how this business is always going to be. But it really wasn't lost on me that I was not taking my own advice and writing a lot of script about taking time off and taking care of yourself and self-care for therapists. And while I was just sniffling and typing and working. So anyway, I recorded some of the video content, but I really am setting aside like a bunch of 3-hour chunks over the next couple of weeks to record everything completely and edit it and get it up and ready to go for the February cohort. So fingers crossed and wish me luck. And then I think this piece is mindset issues is I keep hitting up against the issue of like, oh my gosh, what if nobody signs up? What if nobody wants this? This was a lot of investment of time. And I think I've talked about this in previous videos, but that still, just trust me that that's still there and it terrifies me. But I move through it a lot faster and I move into different ways of like, okay, if nobody wants the full program, I think there's a lot of mini programs in here that I could put together. So if 8 weeks is feeling like it's too much or it's not selling, then I can do some mini modules. Like if you want to increase your rates, I could do a 4-week session on increasing your rates. But it really leads me to the next piece, which is the marketing piece. Once I've kind of buttoned up the video modules, I really have to get more serious about the marketing, expanding my email list, getting out there to more people, having more people understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And so I think this whole process of the last 3 months has been really helpful in me understanding what I'm doing and what I'm trying to bring to this community. And so I feel like I have a much better, firm ground to stand on when I talk about how I want to market in 2026. So I'm going to be moving forward with some of those. I will continue to do YouTube videos. So I'm not going to do any more behind the scenes on the content or on this program anymore. I haven't narrowed down specifically how I want to utilize YouTube. So if you're watching, I would appreciate some ideas. Please pop them in the comment section below. I would love some feedback. But what I'll be focusing on is really helping trauma therapists reduce burnout through very specific business practices so that they can continue to do the work that they love and not burn out in the process. And so I want to talk about burnout and how burnout happens and how it's connected to, a lot of times it's connected to a business model that's just not working for us anymore. I will continue to put those out weekly. And so they'll be in this channel. I hope you'll continue to watch them because I would really appreciate that and share them with others if you find them valuable. So if you've made it this far, I have the wait list for the Transform Your Trauma Therapy practice below. Please click on the link to sign up. I do give a discount for the program if you are on the wait list, and I offer it up to you before I offer it up to the general email list. So I would definitely sign up if you're interested. And also I'll keep you on it. So when I run the program again, it will be the same process. So I will always release to my wait list a week before I release to the general public. And even if you're catching this video and it's like end of 2026 or, you're not sure, if there's a link down below, it'll sign you up to the waitlist page and you'll be on the waitlist for the next time I roll it out. So I do hope to run this program at least a couple of times a year, hopefully in this format. But if it's not what people are looking for and I need to shift and change the format, I'm going to be pretty flexible with it. If the link is still below, then sign up and you'll be on the waitlist for the next time I open up the next cohort. So that's officially a wrap on the behind the scenes series. I hope you enjoyed it. I really appreciate everybody who's watched and followed along and commented. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.